Hello girls, gays, and non-binary babes. welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited to bring you a book haul. It has been a hot minute since I did a book haul. I don't haul books very often because I'm broke and I mostly borrow from the library. So when I do buy books, it's like one or two here and there, and so it's not really worth doing a book haul. But it was just Christmas, I had a little bit of extra money, so I have an actual real life book haul for you guys, and I'm really excited about all these books. I'm excited to talk about them, and yeah, let's just get into it. So the first books that I'm gonna talk about were my favorite books of last year, and so I had to buy copies of all of them for myself. So that is the Practical Magic series. I'm missing one book, the Book of Magic, I believe. So I have Practical Magic and The Rules of Magic and Magic Lessons. So I'm missing the Book of Magic. It is on my list to get, but I bought these all used off of eBay because that is the benefit of reading books that are pretty popular, I'd say. Obviously it's the Practical Magic series, but you're gonna find them on eBay for like $3 each because everybody has them, but they're not like currently relevant, you know what I mean? So that's the benefit of reading these books like these, is that I got each of these for like $5 or something like that. I'm very excited to own them, and I just love this series so much. If you didn't know, Practical Magic is a series that starts with Practical Magic, and it is what the movie is based on. And I know a lot of people have seen the movie, but it's basically about a family of witches, and in this book in particular, there are two sisters who go to stay with their aunts when their parents die, and it follows them growing up and learning about their family and stuff. And then the following books follow different parts of the family, different generations and stuff like that. They're absolutely incredible. I talk about them in my best books of 2023 video, and I really can't praise these books highly enough. They are my favorite books of all time, and I had to get them for myself, so that's how they ended up here. Next up are, I believe, the only two on this list that I purchased myself at like full price. Not full price, but like Amazon price. So that is Imaginary Numbers and Calculated Risks by Shauna McGuire. These are the next two books in the Encrypted series, which I'm currently working my way through. These are books 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I believe there are 13 out. The series is ongoing, and these are the ones I'm on. Very excited to get to these. I believe it's this one first and then this one. But yeah, I don't know what these are about. I know this one follows Mary. I think her name's Mary. Because numbers, she does with numbers. If you haven't read the series, you don't know, but basically this series is about a family of cryptid, not hunters. They come from a line of cryptid hunters, but they are like on the cryptid side, like the good guys. It's hard to explain. They're so fun. They're just little bitty bite-sized fun reads, and I love them. So yeah, 9 and 10, 10 and 11, whatever I said. Obviously I really like the series if I'm willing to read 13 books in the same series. So yeah, highly recommend these. If you haven't already checked them out, you really should. Shauna McGuire is a great writer. I know y'all know that, so I don't even have to say it. The next two books, no, my dad got me a different one too. Oh, right, okay. So he got me these two. So the next books are the ones I got gifted for Christmas. The first two are from my dad, and then the next one after that is gonna be from my sister. So firstly, my dad got me Sticks by Brianna Leslie. This is a little bit chewed up, but I think it fits the vibe of the book. This is like a Appalachian horror cryptid kind of book. There's a lot of horror surrounding the Appalachian Mountains and that general area, and this takes place in like the early 1900s, and there is a lumber company coming into the area, and it follows like what they're doing and the people coming to help them and whatnot, and then people are going missing and things are happening. So I really like this. I already read it. It's fantastic. It is indie published. I'm not sure how I found this book, but I just remember I had a screenshot of it on my phone for the longest time. So I think it was about time I picked it up, and it was really, really good. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. But yeah, this was really fun. If you like folk horror, here you go. Very good. Highly recommend. But yeah, I'm very grateful that my dad got me this, because this one was like full price because it's an indie or like self-published. So I probably would have never bought it for myself because it was too pricey. So I'm really glad that I got it as a gift. The next book that my dad got for me, he was so confused about, which is really funny. It is Saga volume 11. And he said he opened it up and he's like, this is not right. Like, he's like, why would she want this for Christmas? Listen, I love this series with my whole heart. I have been following this series for like 5 years now, 4 years. And it's like coming home. Every year when the next one comes out, it's like coming home. I was actually getting the monthly installments for a while from my local comic book store. It's like 45 minutes away, so I'd have to drive out there every month. So I couldn't really do that all the time anymore, so now I just wait yearly for the like compiled yearly, I don't know, issue, whatever. This one was really good. I did already read it, of course. I gave it 5 stars. It was incredible, and I love the series. What more can I say? This is kind of, if you don't know what Saga's about, it's a comic book series that's kind of like Star Wars meets like, I don't know. It's so hard to explain. Basically, like, we have all these cool different characters, like creatures, and they're from different planets and they're fighting. There's a war, but at the center of this is this family who is kind of a mix of the two fighting sides, and they're just trying to escape it all. And it's so good. So good. If you haven't read it yet, you should. It's really good, and it has my stamp of approval. The book that my sister got for me, which I sent her the link to, was I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. So this is actually translated from, I don't know, French maybe? I think French. But basically my sister asked me, she's like, I know you want books for Christmas, so send me a book you want. So I sent her this one, and she got it for me. So basically I picked it out myself, but yeah. This was so incredible. This is about, it's kind of like a speculative fiction book, and it follows this group of like 40 women who live in an underground bunker that is patrolled by men, and they've lived there like almost their whole lives, and they don't really know much else. They remember snippets of their lives before, but they don't know how they got here. They don't know why they're here. And it follows at the center our main character, who is the youngest of them, who had no life outside of this bunker. And it's like an apocalypse kind of story, but you don't get that satisfying ending that you normally do with an apocalypse story. It's definitely open-ended and up for interpretation. And I think that's what I really like about it, is that you can read this and it can go anywhere outside of this book. Like, your imagination can take it wherever you want it to go. And I just really, really liked it. I think it was fascinating. It definitely makes you think, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars, and it was probably like my first like I loved this book of the year, which isn't saying much because I think it was like the 3rd book I read. but if you're looking for more translated works, then this might be a good one for you, especially if you like apocalypse, speculative fiction, stuff like that. The next 6 books are all ones that I picked up from Book Outlet. I've been compiling a cart and waiting for it to get over the shipping threshold so I can buy them, and finally did. So here we are. So all of these books I got for like, they were probably like $8 each because I spent like $40 on 5 or 6 books. You do the math, I don't know. First we have Alice Hoffman's The Invisible Hour. This came out really recently. Ooh, you hear that? It's a nice fresh book. This was released like a couple months ago, I think. And oh my god, it's signed. I think it's printed on there, but it's signed. Stop it right now. Oh my god, love that. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what this is about, but I've heard that it's magical and I've heard it's really good, and it's Alice Hoffman who wrote the Practical Magic series. So it's gonna be good. I just know it's gonna be good. So this is a novel about a fierce heroine whose life is saved by a book and its author, even though they live hundreds of years apart. Okay, that's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I want to know. This is gonna be so good. I just feel it in my bones. So of course I had to pick it up. Alice Hoffman, new release, and I've really been looking forward to it. So you connect the dots on that one. Next up, we have a book that when I first read it, I wasn't sure how I felt. I need to take these slippers off. Okay. I wasn't sure how I felt about this when I first read it, but I know that I want to read it again. And I know that I think I liked it. I think. Anyway, Everything Under by Daisy Johnson. This is a retelling of a Greek myth. I'm not going to tell you which one because that's a spoiler. I never rated this when I read it, and I still haven't because I don't know how I feel about it. It's like one of those books where you finish it and you're like, I can't rate that. It just was a book. Did I like it? I don't know, but I want to reread it and find out how I really feel. I really like Daisy Johnson's writing. I like the overall story, and I think now that I know where it's going, I'll like it a lot more. So yeah, this was pretty good. This is about a girl who grew up on a houseboat with her mother, wandering the canals and speaking a private language of their own invention until the day her mother disappeared and abandoned her to foster care. Now a lexicographer, Gretel has tried to move on, but an unexpected phone call brings the past rushing back. We'll leave it at that. I think I liked it, but obviously I bought a copy, so I think that's a good sign. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know if I should recommend this one or not. Maybe try it out. See how you feel. Live a little. I don't know. Okay, next we have a book I've been waiting to get my hands on for a while. I've read it already, but I've wanted my own copy for so long, and that is The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. I love T. Kingfisher. Me and T. Kingfisher are homies, if you didn't know. We're not. But anyway, this is a story that is another folk horror, and it follows a girl who's going to clean out her parents' house, her mom's house, dad's house. Oh no, okay. Her dad asks her to clean out her dead grandmother's house, and grandma was a hoarder. So she's like there for a long time. There's a lot to do, but it's also on the edge of the woods, and there's weird things out there, of course. The creature in this one will haunt my nightmares forever. I loved it, and it was definitely reminiscent of like The Ritual. It definitely gives Ritual vibes, like the movie / book. One of my favorite folk horror movies of all time, but I digress. This is a really good book, and T. Kingfisher books are like my bread and butter. They're my favorite thing ever, and they are a staple in my life. So yes, of course I had to own this one. Really excited to own it. Probably will do a reread soon because I just loved it so much. So the next one is one I'd never heard of until I saw it, and it looked interesting because I'm a sucker for books that look like paintings, like the covers. So I was drawn into this. It's a classic. I think it was like $3 on their site. So I was like, let me look into this. And I did, and it had like a 4.5 star rating on Goodreads or something like that. It's Address Unknown by Catherine Cressman Taylor. And this is a really short book. It is a series of letters back and forth between a Jewish art dealer in San Francisco and his friend and former business partner who has returned to Germany in 1932 just as Hitler is coming to power. So, a haunting and eloquent tale about the consequences of a friendship and a society poisoned by extremism. So I think this is going to be really relevant and interesting to read, and I'm really excited about it because it has a 4.5 star rating on Goodreads, so it's going to be good. I just know it. And it's super short, and like all the pages look like this because they're letters. So I can probably read this in like a couple hours. I'm very excited about this one, and maybe you've read it. You can let me know how it is, or you've never heard of it and now you have a cool new little book to look forward to. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm so happy I found this and decided to pick it up. Next is another itty bitty classic, and that is, it's so teeny tiny, The Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. This also contains other stories, but I've been wanting to read The Heart of Darkness for so long. Oh my god, the font in... Are you kidding me? What the fuck? How am I supposed to read? I'm gonna need glasses. Holy moly. Oh, it's got a little bookmark. Cool. I don't know anything about this. I know it's a classic horror story, and I've had it on my to-read list for a long time. So I saw it on Book Outlet's website, and again, it was like $3 because it's a classic. So I was like, okay, I'll add that to my cart to get free shipping, whatever. And I'm really excited to read it. Again, no idea what it's about, but I know it's a good quintessential horror story. So I'm very excited. If you've read it, let me know how it is because I'm curious. I don't know how long it is, but with this font, it might take me a couple years to get through it. We'll see. But yeah, it's this little itty bitty book. And finally, we have a bit of a throwback. The first book in this series I read years ago when it first came out. I don't own it, but this one was on Book Outlet, so I decided to pick it up because I wanted to read it eventually. I knew that much. And eventually I'll just get the first book at some point. But that is Miss Rule. This is book 2, book 1 being Malice by Heather Walter. And this is a dark Sleeping Beauty retelling, Maleficent retelling, something like that. I can't quite remember, but it is dark and gritty, and it's like that kind of fantasy retelling. And it was so good, and I can't believe I skipped out on reading the second book, but now I can't because I own it, and it's so pretty. I love this purple color. That's beside the point, but I'm really excited for this, and I'll have to let you guys know how it is because I've heard nothing about the second book. I heard a lot about the first one, but nothing about this one. It's also sapphic, so I'm ready to read this one. I'm really excited, and let me know how it is if you've read it, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, this is the final book I bought, and I can't quite remember the full plot because I read the first one a long time ago. So, and that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you've read any of these books, if you liked them or hated them or whatever. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.